Welcome to Uplift You. This month is focused on marketing yourself and your career. And in this week's episode, you'll hear Christina and I talking through our own experience and answers to the me moment question: how much of your identity do you associate with work?
When you meet people, like it's almost the first thing you kind of say is like, this is what I do as a job. And we get into a habit of kind of doing that. And I think that reinforces that actually your job is your identity. And I think it's really worth, as you're saying, if you've been in a company for a long time or whatever, that actually you spend a bit of time trying to figure out like what is your identity without that work or that job. Because I think if you then go through periods where you have changes and whatever, it doesn't have to be so traumatic for everybody as well, because it can feel like kind of quite traumatic. It felt quite traumatic having kids. Like one minute I was working, and then the next minute I was like completely didn't know what to do with myself, like kind of. And then the same thing again, working at a company for 15 years and then not working there in quite a short period of time, going, well, actually I don't really know who I am like without that. And then having to kind of do all of that self work, which is, as you said, it's uncomfortable and it's hard to kind of do that. But if we do it a little bit more often and think about what are the other things that make us us, then we become a bit more rounded, like kind of, and we don't have to put everything into one aspect of who we are. So I think that's
I think
an
the key
important thing.
takeaway is don't don't only focus on work. And I know some people who are just starting out think that's the most important thing, and that's how I felt. But I think the key takeaway from that is make sure you peek your head up once in a while.
Yeah.
Go to that event, chat to someone on LinkedIn that you don't know very well, or just talking to people at work, because eventually they move on as well. So it's always good to have those contacts in the industry. You never know where they might lead, but always keep your head up. Focus on you.
This is the last in our series focused on marketing yourself and your career. Make sure you subscribe and join the community, as next month we'll be turning our attention to influence. Thanks for listening. Stay tuned for next week's episode, where Christina and I discuss creating an elevator pitch. Welcome to Uplift You. This month is focused on marketing yourself and our careers. Welcome to Uplift You. This month is focused on marketing yourself and your career. And in this week's episode, you'll hear Christina and I talking through